Welcome back to the Tiny Ram Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with the Aoyi Mech KO Oversized of Siege. I want to say it's a very good figure, a pretty simplistic yet great figure. But there's going to be some differences on this, aside from it being a lot bigger. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here's what it looks like in the packaging, and this is a big dude. Huh. Star Spark Interstellar. It says Aoyi Mech. So I guess the Star Spark Interstellar is just the line deformation. There's a picture of Sideswipe and the actual product. And there it is. Yeah, I mean, I think the standard packaging for Aoyi Mech. All right, so this is the Siege. Well, Aoyi Mech KO Oversized of the Siege Sideswipe, and I'm gonna tell you a few things about this. First, it looks like it's heavily painted everywhere. That is got a nice sheen and a shine to it. It does have some clear windshield, so you can kind of see some insides, which you can't really tell what it is, so it's kind of cool. It's not like you can say, oh, that's the head or that's an arm. It just looks like a bunch of components. Doesn't look like a chair or anything. It does have some nice silver paint right here. And looking at the back, we've got some nice, well, that's just the white from the legs. The bottom's pretty clean. It's actually all around pretty clean figure. And of course, good job Hasbro, good job Takara, because I mean these are Takara and Hasbro designs. Let's go ahead and have a look at this accessory. Now, on the official one, this tip here is supposed to be red, it's black, and there's no paint at all on this. It does split into two pieces. You can store it all on the top, like I showed before, or you can split it into two parts, put it in each part on each side, or you can have just one part on one side and do that however you want to do it. So there's also a port over here, and I like that. You know, it's kind of cool that you have options. Let's look at the difference between this one and the official. So between this one and the official, you notice that there's an Autobot symbol on the official there. The side, the hubcaps are silver on the official, but not on this one. Right here, the air induction looks black on the official, but it might just be the way the picture's picking it up. So there's a few differences and a few subtle changes, and of course, the fact that this is different, and I think that is all to get around the fact that they're KOing it so they don't get in trouble. There's enough differences that you can quickly look at this and spot it and say, that's not the official. Now for size comparisons, DX9, Aoyi Mech, X-Transbots. You can look at these guys and you can see how they look, how they compare to each other. And looking at these, the first thing you notice is no spoiler, but I guess you could say that it's not really a Countach that they're going after. So, get them all in frame there. But yeah, it holds its own with a masterpiece car. Definitely, size-wise and sort of aesthetic-wise. And there he is next to a G1 car. You can see the size difference there. Much bigger, much bigger. Sideswipe, I need you to go with those parts for Teletron 1. I also need you to check the perimeter defense system and make sure it is currently operable. No problem, Prime. And Sideswipe. Bringing your kids to work day isn't until tomorrow. Yes, but haven't you seen the price of daycare these days, Prime? Yes, I have the same problem. So let's go ahead and get into transformation on this guy. It's very hard. No, I'm just kidding. It's not hard at all. So first thing you want to do is you want to open up the lower part here for the legs, and you want to flip these side pieces out because there's a little notch right here that kind of holds it together. So you want to, that's like the last thing you do when you make the transformation to alt mode. Hey look, this little piece went with it. But you can push these down. Once you have it up like that, split them right here, flip it around, pull the feet down, close this up, and we have the lower. All right, let's work on the upper body. So let's flip the upper body around so we can see what's going on, and open up these arms. Really, it's interesting transformation because the way it all works, fold the shoulders out, that you kind of fold these hands. They don't go in all the way, but there's a crevice for them. So unfold the hands. You got the arms there. You need to pull them all the way out. Close. Well, let me do that last. Let's go ahead and fold this down. But you see, the waist is right here. It's ingenious. So you bring down the waist and then now fold that in. Hold up a second, that looks funny. These go all the way in. Boom. Now let's go ahead and put his cannon in right here. Now, we're gonna get to my first, I guess you could say, complaint about this figure, but it's really the original figure's issue too. He's supposed to have a cannon and a gun. He only has a cannon and no gun unless you separate this. Ugh. That is tight. And put his gun in there. So you could do it like this. Looks like a little cannon and a little gun. I'll probably go that route with it because I like the look. I like how that looks. So let's have a look at him here. He has some writing here instead of his Autobot insignia. The head, I think the head design looks great. Yeah, it looks fine. He's got some paint right here on his abdomen area, the false abdomen that came down. Really is a cool, interesting design, the way they went about it. And so he looks good in both modes. And he's got decent articulation. So let's see. Arms all the way to the 90, all the way around here. Bicep swivel, arm, hand. No articulation in the hand. The head, side to side. Not ball joint, so you just get side to side. Waist swivel. Uh-oh. Waist swivel. Leg all the way out. All the way back. All the way to the side. Yeah, it looks good. It's good articulation there. Knee to the 90. Ankle. Pivot. Rocker. All the good stuff you need with the ankle. So you can get some decent poses out of this guy, not quite as extreme as like a masterpiece, but you can get some poses out of him. Let's do some comparisons. All right, here he is next to a G1 figure, which is great. Here he is next to Takara's masterpiece, and he's bigger, but he's also wider and bulkier. Now, what would make this guy look better than Takara's version? Since there's so many similarities in design, from being a little bit bulky there. Heck, even the inside of the leg cleans up better than Takara's, if you look at that. But what really would have made it better is the back. If they could have done something to collapse this part in, like one more hinge right here, so all this piece collapsed in, just like this does. If they could have just done that, one little thing, it probably would have been better than, or exactly on par with, but yeah, it cleans up good, the Takara masterpiece. But yeah, I mean, it's a good solid figure. I like it. Throw it in with a different company, and you got this guy here with the MMC Sphinx. Here he is with some more of his Voyager buddies. So we have, I have very limited amounts of Siege figures, of course, but there he is with these guys. That's Aoyi Mech upscaled. So we're really looking at all Voyager, and we can also see what he looks like with, come on, you can stand up, Thundercracker. With a Siege Thundercracker, and see how all of that looks. One more thing to talk about is he doesn't really have his 5mm port anymore. So you could sort of make some of the stuff, 5mm port stuff work in there, but it doesn't hold. And with the upsizing, you have, the blast effects don't really fit, but if you're brave and you have a whole bunch of these, You can make it work. You can force it on there and it'll hold. But you're gonna stretch that out and it won't hold very well on the standard ones anymore. This thing is, I'm ruining it, but I'm probably going to use this particular blast effect on all of my other Aoyi Mech figures anyway, just because. And since we just started that, let's go ahead and see if my first Aoyi Mech one, if it works with that, and yes it does. That particular blast effect will work if you stretch it out and basically run it. All right, I want to do a quick weight test. All right, this guy weighs 7.2 ounces. Let's make sure we can see that properly. 7.2 ounces. The official weighs 4.9 ounces. G1 weighs 4.1 ounces. Remember, because, you know, 7.2. Okay, it's the heaviest so far. MMC is 6.9, pretty close. And a Voyager, 5.1. This is a heavy dude. Everyone wants to talk about how much you get for your plastic here. 7.1, so still so far he's the heaviest. 5 ounces for Thundercracker. X Transbots is 6.8. And DX9, 7.3 DX9 is the heaviest and by far the tallest. So I actually really like this figure, and I know that everybody loved it when they got it in the Siege line, and I'm happy to get it now bigger because I like my figures bigger. I really think the Siege line is really Voyager centric, so really getting everything in the Voyager makes sense, and then the mini bots is deluxe. Makes sense to me. I don't know what makes sense to you, but you can get this guy at Show Z for like 18 or 19 bucks. And then of course you can use all your points and credits and stuff and get it cheaper. So like and subscribe, and Tidarium Hanger out.